Well, it's a done deal. How long you drive this thing for? 13 years?
Since, actually it was 2009.
Get the old defunct camera plate frame on there. It has to stay there. Here's your dollar.
One, well, how they do it in trading places? $1.
All right, we'll see ya.
All right, man.
Gotta do it. Oh, airbag's fine. Well, now I'm gonna drive back up to my dad's house, pack some stuff, cleaning us up a little bit. Yeah, this is it. Day one starts right now. I'm registered, ready to rock. Get packed up, head back to Texas. If you're from Pennsylvania, you're gonna know exactly where I am right now. And if you're from Pennsylvania and you left Pennsylvania and you come back to Pennsylvania and you don't go here, you really never went back. Because this is just one of those places that you have to go.
How's this look?
This is my new unit.
Look at this thing. Look at that.
Do you remember this from when we were little?
No, absolutely not. Actually, wait, does it have the double doors in the back? Yes, I do.
Really?
Definitely, 100%, yeah.
How do you remember the double doors?
I don't remember. I just remember your dad's always had double doors and we had the single door one. So.
Yeah, because your mom's had the hatch.
Oh yeah, and I thought the double doors was cooler.
Because it is.
Oh my God, did he like never clean the center out here, or does he use it as an ashtray?
Both. I don't think he ever cleaned anything.
So what's the plan with this one? 10,000 horsepower?
No, maybe just like 800. I can't even believe we did this.
The fact that some people have hard times fitting razors through these trails, you got that big old thing in there. These are just you not being able to make it up this hill.
That's like for quads.
Yeah, there's no way. There was no way. You'd have to have like a really good Jeep or something, or off-roading tires of some sort. But it would have been a GM commercial if you could have made it up that thing. There's just no way.
Give me some BFG all-terrains, I bet it would have made it. I don't know why we thought this was an okay idea.
This is way out in the boonies.
That's so sketchy. If we got stuck, like, we'd never get out.
No,
Try and get around that stuff.
And there was nobody gonna come out and get you either. Like, I don't know what we would have got you out with if it did get stuck. So here's where the bumper
You got this. Now I'd just go.
Is this before or after the bumper?
What? It's getting caught on this thing.
It got messed up once,
Oh,
but that's when I backed over the rock and Jordan's face.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here it is.
There it is. Look at Jordan's face.
Oh my goodness. Let's flag
I remember
all
later
this
that day,
back.
that night I parked it up against a tree to try to like bend the bumper back to where it was.
There it is. Oh my God. I love the way that thing looked at one point.
I might have to build another one
Woo!
that looks just like it.
Finally.
Oh my Lord. Look at you.
What a nerd.
You look like you're two.
I basically was.
Here it goes. No.
Oh, we're buried. That Suburban was slow. Do the one with my pathetic burnout attempt.
We even put, I don't know, what was that? Is that just water or is that like...
Okay, that should
No, that
work.
was the cleaning solution from the dealership.
Yeah, GP. Because that's what I used in front of the cleaning bays and it worked, and then I got yelled at.
Light them up.
It was so close. You see the doors are dented? Because I got
yeah.
stuck between two trees.
Let's see, is this one any better?
Probably not. R.I.P. Well, I'm about to hit the road back to Texas right now. Well, Yukon here all loaded up, ready to rock. And I think I'm actually gonna break up the drive because it goes through Bowling Green, Kentucky. We know who's in Bowling Green, Kentucky? Greg A. So I'm going to Greg's place and gonna hang out there for a little bit, do some stuff, and be a productive midpoint for the drive. So get ready to hit the road. But I actually gotta stop up at my friend Austin's house first real quick to get my floor mats, because we pressure washed those out yesterday and they were still wet, so they're drying. So I can't forget to get those, or I won't have any of my floor mats when I get back to Texas. Floor mats.
Yeah, there they are.
Kind of important.
They're everywhere. I think the wind got a hold of a couple of them. I already came out and straightened them out. They were everywhere. They were down there.
At least
It must not be that wet.
I end up back in the garden again.
Yes, Mom's garden. That's what we got.
All right.
They're they could be better, but
It's a lot better than they were.
They're pressure washed, and that's what we got.
I'm definitely gonna rip all the interior out and rent that steam cleaner thing from Lowe's.
Yeah, I would do that. It's only like $30, and they smell clean. They don't smell like disgusting.
They don't smell like cigars anymore.
That one maybe a little bit. Back on your journey.
Yep, I'm hitting the road. I'm going to Greg A's house.
Greg A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, but you know who he is. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully that thing makes it the whole way back.
It should.
Or as your subscribers taking bets.
I don't know.
What do you think?
What do you think? Is that gonna make it back? Stock 5.3, 4L60, 200,000 miles. I'd say that's about as rock solid. It's rock solid as it can be. This thing's a freaking unit. I'd trust that thing to go to Texas and then to California more than I'd trust the Escalade to finish another race week. How about that?
Well, that's just race car things. They always got something, it seems like. But,
yeah, if that thing can run 9s every day and go 1,200 miles, I think this thing can drive like a grandma for 18 hours back to Texas. Oh, there's my dad. I'm a few hours into the drive now. It's going pretty well. Headed over to Greg A's. That's where I'm gonna post up for the night. We're gonna do some stuff tomorrow. I got no idea what really, but I know it's gonna be fun either way. I like Greg, and I never really got to hang out with him a whole lot, but I'm really pumped to see his projects and what he's got going on, and let him check out old Uncle Rob here. That's what I'm gonna call this thing, because it was my Uncle Rob's. I mean, it was my dad's first, but so was the Escalade. I can't name everything Dave, so this is Uncle Rob, and my white 93 is going to be named Uncle George, because my Uncle George had a white 95 Suburban that my dad test drove and really liked it, and then he went and bought one, the one that started this whole genesis of the Suburban thing. So I think it's a fitting tribute and kind of funny naming to, you know, this one will be Uncle Rob, and the other one will be Uncle George. This looks like something your Uncle George would drive, because he probably did. Anyway, as far as the actual operation of this thing, it's been driving freaking awesome. And, you know, just like a land yacht of a Yukon XL should. I'm getting 16 mpg. I've been going probably 75 to 85 most of the way. 16.1, so yeah, it's going up now because I'm going a little slower. But all these lights are on because my uncle just pulled the fuses out or something started being weird. And the engine light it randomly flash when you go fast. Like if I'm, you know, up 80 or something, it'll just flash for 10 seconds and then stop. I don't know what that is. My uncle told me that it did that, and it's never caused him any problems. And, you know, he had it checked out, and they were just like, oh, well, whatever, something stupid. I don't know. It's fine. It's been fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about it. So we're just chugging along. If you're wondering why I have headphones in, it's because when I'm driving, I make a lot of phone calls, because what better time to make phone calls than when you're driving to be productive. Like I just got off the phone with Robert at Force Performance about the turbo we're gonna be using on this thing, and it's gonna have Force Performance turbo, tile wastegates and blow off valve, got with tile on it too. I'm gonna go pick all that stuff up probably early next week or something. And he is in the Dallas area too, about an hour and a half away from me. So we'll be filming a video going up there, picking that stuff up, and I think you guys are really gonna like Robert. He's a freaking character and the smartest guy, turbocharger wise, I've ever talked to. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and I'm super pumped to have him on board for this. And he's actually an SUV bro too. He has a 2002 Tahoe that is turbocharged, very similar to this. If you're wondering, while I'm filming, while I'm driving, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm just holding it in the general vicinity of what I'm looking at. It's a wide angle lens and I can do that. So don't be like, oh, you film while you're driving. I'm holding the stick right now. It might as well be a granola bar. You know, it's fine. We'll be all right. Stop for fuel, gas. Usually stay in fuel because it's usually diesel. This is my first long drive that I've done that's not in a diesel truck, and it's kind of weird. One, it's weird for me to go on a long drive without a trailer. Two, it's really weird for me to go on a long drive and not a diesel truck, because it's different. If you drive around a diesel, you know, you're just more planted to the road. It just, I don't know. This thing, it does real good. It's a hog. I'm just putting 87 in it because it doesn't need anything else. But that'll change pretty soon. I think I'm about 100 miles from Greg's house. So when we get there, That'll be a good time. I'm super pumped to see his whole setup and everything he's got going on in there, especially that Peterbilt, because that's right in my wheelhouse now. All this big rig stuff I've been looking at, I want to see that thing. Made it to Greg's. I made it.
Welcome, my friend.
This is what I wanted to see here. This big thing.
Oh yeah, this is the beast. This is the biggest project that we have. So, work in progress like everything else, but she's come a long way.
This is going to be your race truck hauler.
That's the hope. That's the hope. It's got very limited cab space though, so we'll see. it went from yes to, man, if I want to bring my wife, my kid, my dogs, like, this doesn't even have enough space. So this is kind of started as a toy. Yeah, who knows? definitely going to tow the race trailer around a little bit, but for big long weekends, I don't know. There's already been talks about doing something different, especially like toter style, but we'll see.
You cut your teeth on this one and you can do it again on a bigger one.
Yeah, exactly. This is the one you learn on.
This just looks cool in the driveway anyway. It's like, yeah, it's got a Peterbilt sitting in my driveway, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, come down to Kentucky and we live across from a huge farm. It's like, everyone's like, man, this is the guy that has the Peterbilt in the driveway. It's like, man, I'm that guy now, but
I pulled in and I see like 5 Cummins trucks over there and a Peterbilt. I think, yeah, I'm in the right spot.
Oh yeah, this has been cool though. Like, we got, like everything else that I own, I got a super good deal on it, but it was an over the road truck, so it was a big stand up top, big sleeper. Like, we took, this thing was way more stripped down when it was, so this is actually like come a long way. Still a long ways from being done, but it's come a long way. So
does it run?
It does not. We're close. We're very, very close.
How do you, if it doesn't run, how do you move it?
It has been sitting here for definitely a long period of time.
It's not just like a truck you can just push it around or like pull over the lawnmower or something.
No, like once you disconnect the air from everything, and the fuel, obviously, like, you have no way, like, the axles are locked where they're at right now. Like, obviously, like air brakes, like,
yeah,
you don't have a running engine or an air compressor to pump up the air system, like, it's sitting where it's at. So, we haven't gotten the full torque, but I've actually only been here for about a year. So I bought this when we lived in New Jersey, and I drove it down here with, like, pretty much illegally, like no license, no insurance, like, but we got it down here, and we started taking it apart down here, and it has pulled over there when we moved in. It went in my shop at one point, gotten taken down, and has been here.
was it a calculated move to, like, yeah, we're gonna beach it right here because we don't need to get in here, like?
Well, it's funny, so we took it apart in my other shop, disconnected the fuel and all the air lines because it used to have a different battery box and fuel setup when it was in the shop. So what we did is I caged the brakes when it was in the shop, and at the time I was told when you moved down to Kentucky there was never ever going to be any winter, and it was BS because it snowed the first year we were down here. So I took one of my 2-wheel drive projects and I towed it from inside the shop, and the truck that towed it got stored inside the garage, and that is where this landed because the tow strap couldn't get any closer to the truck. Yeah. So that's exactly where it landed.
It does look like the wheels are kind of like it's just getting pulled.
It came out of the shop and went right here, and the truck that was towing it went inside the garage, and that's where it's been. But we're close. We are close to hopefully firing up. Like, we got new fuel tanks, got everything. Like, we're a couple fuel lines and some miscellaneous away from it being running again.
That'll be cool. I can't wait to check it out more tomorrow and see the whole compound.
Yeah, in the light, it's there's a lot here, so we can check it all out for sure.
Maybe get some of those walnuts out of my blower motor so I can have AC as I go farther south and it starts to get hot outside.
Man, it's been cold. It's been 60s here, and then today all of a sudden it was 80. So yeah, we'll see if we can't.
Yeah, get the squirrels out of there.
Yeah.